Introducing Tony and Other People, a podcast. Here's your host, Tony Levesque.
Sitting in the studio with the band Steele. I got Bo here and Ben, right?
Hey, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys don't like this cold weather.
No, man. It's we're from Alabama. We're living in Nashville now, but
We're out of our element.
We're out of our element, man.
Well, I am too, and I live up here, so.
Yeah.
So you're telling me earlier, like, you will never like it. No one likes it.
It is, man. It's cold.
Boy, we're not doing well at promoting this area, are we?
It is cold, but I'm sure the snow's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. The first couple
Pretty
times you
cold.
see it.
Yeah, the first.
and
That's
then,
why we love Alabama. We only get 2 days of snow, man. It's
Yeah.
pretty, and then
some.
it's gone.
Yeah.
And we're like, yes, back to no snow. We can drive now.
Yeah.
They actually, we don't have salt and stuff where we're from, for the roads. So
So your cars last about 30 years longer
They
than
do,
ours.
and when it freezes,
If there's any
if there's any
mention
chance of
of
it going
ice.
below freezing, they'll shut down the schools, the roads, everything shuts down.
Yeah.
stores
Yeah.
out of bread in 2 minutes.
Like they'll actually legally shut down the road. So if you drive on it, your insurance will not cover it if you have an accident.
And
It's crazy.
everyone gets in an accident.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
it's icy, man.
They're like, what do I do? Slam on the brakes? We'll teach you. You'll have to come up when it's actually cold. This is nothing.
yeah, man.
So you guys have been working together a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
we met-
about what we've come to a conclusion on. 13.
Oh well, we can't figure it out, man. I think it's it's 14 now.
15 maybe.
14 or 15
I was in
years
ninth
up.
grade.
So long you can't remember.
Yeah, we've
Too
been
long.
we've been
Yeah.
doing this a long time, and Bo was singing in a talent show, and he was a freshman in high school, and I was in 8th grade, a grade below him, and he was singing a song called "Broken" by Seether, and I was like, man, he had the pipes, man. It was the first time I think I heard you sing. And me and my brother play guitar, so we were like, hey man, come over, let's jam, let's write some
Meet the
songs.
manager.
My dad was the manager. At the
Yeah.
time. I was.
Big
Yeah,
dog.
he was.
That's how all the boy bands start.
Yeah, man. So we've been playing ever since, writing songs ever since. Bo had a video on YouTube that went viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children's Hospital, was it?
Well,
Yeah.
it was the hospital in Huntsville. My grandmother was up there, and my dad had told the little lady at the desk that I could sing, and I was up there visiting. And one morning she stopped me and was like, you gotta sing me something. And I didn't know what to do, so I sung Victory in Jesus because I didn't need Ben to play anything and I could remember the words. And someone recorded it and put it on YouTube, and in about a week we were on the news, and I was like, hey, things are happening, dude.
It hit
Yeah.
about 2.5 million views. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, getting people calling or comments like crazy, man, and it really was helping people. And anyway, we put some other songs on YouTube after that, and our label found us, and they flew down to Alabama to meet us, and they're from New York, and I'm sure. What do you always say when they?
They thought we were gonna eat him.
Our dirt road was my dirt road was all washed out,
like
you
7
know.
dirt roads. 'Cause
And,
it washed out.
So they hear banjos and they.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah.
pretty much,
whole 9
basically.
yards.
Yeah.
And then after that, not long after that, we got an opportunity to be in a movie with John Travolta.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. Our one of our original songs, "Good Times," is in the movie. Bo is an actor in the movie.
Did you guys get to meet John Travolta?
We got to meet
Yeah.
John.
Actually, I got to get go to a casting party, and before we filmed, and we got up there. On our way, our label called, and they were like, "Hey, John will be here around 6," and all that. And I was like, "Travolta?" She's like, "Yeah, he's gonna be here." And I hung up the phone. I was like, "Ben, we gotta go to Walmart." He was like, "Why?" I was like, "We gotta get some nice clothes." Now. But he's super nice dude, super awesome.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
He gets in the news for some bad things, but then all you hear is that what a nice guy he is. So
Anybody with that kind of
yeah.
eyes on them are going.
Oh sure. Yeah, if there was a camera following me around all day,
We would not go.
Yeah. Thank God there's not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that movie, it was called Life on the Line, and it was about electrical linemen and how they don't get a lot of recognition that they deserve all around the world. With all these hurricanes that have been going on down in the South and stuff, and they're down there putting the power back together, like working underwater, basically trying to get the power on. So we actually have a single called The Lineman,
Right.
and it's a recognition to them, and that's the song we got to sing for John. And it was incredible, man. Coming where we've come from, a big movie star like that, meeting him. Really
That's
cool.
incredible.
It was incredible.
Yeah,
It was really cool, man.
So your rise to the top was pretty. It's got to be like winning the lottery, where you just don't expect it to happen. Then out of the blue,
Right.
your life has your life changed? I mean, obviously it has a little bit, but how was the change? Was it
Getting
like
busy.
boom, all of a sudden?
It's more serious now, so it's not the whole lay back and just chill and do whatever. Now it's kind of like, get up, we gotta go, we gotta get to work.
Yeah.
So same life, just a little more hectic.
Yeah,
I have to see this dude a whole lot more than I want to.
I gotta wake him up every morning.
Yeah.
Imagine that. It's terrible.
I bet I wait every on this tour.
So another question I was going to ask you. You have a kid,
I have two.
two. Okay,
Yeah, I have a
and none
daughter
for
and
you.
a son.
None for me. No,
Not yet.
Single man.
So how does that affect your songwriting, or has it?
It does sometimes. Depends on the song.
Right.
What's coming out. It's tough. You know, we're on the road sometimes for 7 months at a time. May get to go home for 3 days here or there, but it gets rough. But I just keep looking at the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the future, their future is going to be awesome when it works.
Right.
So I just keep doing
So boy, girl, both.
Both.
Both. What do they think of what you do?
Oh, they love it.
Yeah.
They sit at home and that's all they do is pull up YouTube,
Yeah.
watch Dad.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
That's great. Oh, well, my friend Kate, I had mentioned to you earlier, is a huge fan and wanted me to ask a few questions and maybe sign something for her. She had one of your songs at
That's
her
great.
wedding.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Where was I going? Oh, she wanted to know, like, when you started singing, when you really got into music.
In church for me, I was I went to a youth group when I was younger, and that's when I started realizing I enjoyed singing. Just singing, you know, with the worship team or whatever, and they always wanted me to get up on stage and sing, but I didn't. But that was when I first started, you know, enjoying it. And then the talent show was the first time I sung in front of people by myself, and they liked it. So I was like, okay, I can get used to this. Then, of course, I went home and put on my Slipknot records and tried to
Yeah.
make it. But
Last thing I was going to mention earlier, I've been spending a lot of time listening to your videos or watching your videos, and you have that 90s rock sound in your voice and also in the guitar as well. So
That's my favorite.
what music inspired you? Slipknot, you said, but
yeah, I love everything.
yeah.
Chris Cornell, you know, Audio Slave, anything by them is awesome. Pearl Jam.
You said Grateful Dead.
Yeah, Grateful Dead. Love Grateful Dead. This is probably the hardest question we ever get asked because we literally love everything.
Mhm.
All genres of music.
Yep.
I mean, if it's got any type of talent in it, we enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So-
like mine's like Leonard Skinner, Eric Clapton, and then all the way to John Denver, James Taylor, man, I love him. And then all the way over to like Breaking Benjamin. It's so wide, man.
Mhm.
Like,
But that's what makes good music is a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
Like
influences.
I listen to Ludacris and maybe go over to Rob Zombie and
Yeah.
then to some Skinner.
and then Jason Aldean.
Yeah,
like,
you never know
we
what to
love it
do.
all, man.
Yeah.
We love all
Well, if
music.
you listen to the same type of music,
You get
your
stuck
music
in
is
the
going to
same-
sound exactly like that.
Yeah,
you know, so
exactly.
listening to a wide range of stuff really.
Opens you up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
How would you describe your music to somebody that's never heard it before? I mean, it's hard to put, you know, music in a box now, especially because everything is different or the same, you know.
Yeah.
So somebody that has never heard you before, how would you describe your sound?
I would describe it as honest.
I'd describe it as country rock. And then some acoustic, like when we break down the acoustic, I don't know, it can get even Americana sometimes. Not on the recordings, but country rock's what I'd say.
Yeah. So you can't put it in a box.
That's hard.
Yeah.
But that's something we take pride in is we, when we write a song, we try to make sure to, you know, I don't want people to buy my album and only like one song on it.
Right.
So we try to make sure every song is a hit, even though we know they're not going to be.
You
We
never
want-
know.
You know, you never know.
Don't sell yourself short.
But
This is supposed to be where you brag about yourself.
but we try to make sure that every song is someone's favorite, and that you can relate to it, even if it's one of the fun songs, like the party songs. I want it to be relatable. You know, his dad used to tell us he could sit there and close his eyes to one of our songs, and he was there. He remembered, doing that as a kid, and to be able to take someone there like that that's what we try to do.
We got the song "Moon in a Mason Jar." He said that.
That's
about
it.
Moon in a Mason Jar. It's on the new record. Yeah, that was a good.
So are the party songs a little easier to write? Do you think?
Actually, no.
No?
For me.
Okay.
Well, we've already wrote we've wrote a few. This record's
The
got-
fun, like upbeat, happy songs for me are the hardest to write.
Yeah.
I love sad story songs. Those are the best ones to me. So those are easy.
Deep ones.
The deep songs are the easy ones. The ones where you just kind of gotta have fun. They're hard sometimes
Yeah.
because you don't want to be corny.
Right.
You want it to be clever and cool. But
Right.
Yeah.
Do you find it's harder to write? I know I've talked to a lot of people that say, minor chords, depressing lyrics are easy, super easy to get out because everyone knows sadness,
Yep.
But to put yourself in a place of writing, to write something happy and upbeat, a lot of people tend to have more difficulty doing
That's
that.
true. Yeah, it is true. The single that we're currently on it's called "Sit a While," and we wrote it. We were back behind my house and looking for some inspiration and stuff. We went back to the creek back behind the house, and we started writing the song. And it ended up being a serious song. As Bo's brother's father passed away, and not long after the song, we wrote it. And my mom passed, so it means a lot to me. It's for anyone who's ever lost anyone. And I'd say that this song we wrote it quick. We wrote "Sit a
a lot
While."
of our
within-
songs do that.
We wrote it fast.
When we get rolling,
And
it's like
Yeah, it's a really sad song, and it's a lot of we did a music video for it, and it's a tribute to the military. We had a veteran in the video, and a lot of people have been reaching out to us, veterans and stuff, saying it's helping them, man, with like PTSD and,
Right.
and stuff like that.
That's got to be a great feeling.
It's incredible, man. It's
Yeah.
incredible, but that's a good point because that song we wrote, it's
well, I think it's because
we wrote
like
it fast.
you
easy
like
to
when you
write.
have a happy time, you're usually doing something with your buddies or something. Then you go home and you have to remember the happy time and write it.
Right.
When you're sad right then.
Right.
You're experiencing that emotion while you're doing
It's probably a lot easier to tap into those feelings because they're more ingrained in
Right.
who you are, you know.
Yeah.
That's going to 20 years from now, you're going to go back and remember a sad memory perfectly. To where a
Before
happy
you-
memory,
it's hard to remember.
yeah.
Yeah, like one of the greatest country songs written, "Whiskey Lullaby."
Oh, right.
Like that's the saddest song. You can't get any sadder.
Yeah.
I can't recall a happy song like that meant that much to me. So
Well, I think it's not just the sadness. I think it's like we said, they tell a story.
it's real. Yeah,
Right.
It's real.
Happy songs are usually like just
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
They don't really tell
Just
a story.
filler. Yeah.
Yeah. And we got those on the record too.
Yeah,
So,
well-
if
Even those
we
we
got
try
the
to make
sad
them-
ones, we got the happy ones.
We got stories.
Check out the record, y'all. It's on Spotify.
Nice plug there.
Do that well.
I have a good friend. His name is Jesse Steele. And
cool.
Yeah. He's from down south and a veteran as well.
Nice.
And
to
so
him.
I texted him yesterday. I said, "Hey, any relation?" He's like, "I don't know. I hope so."
I hope so too, man.
So I think he's got some money coming his way or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, I hope so.
I'll let him know when I
hope
get
it. That's awesome.
All right. So this is your second album, right?
Well, we had an EP before this.
okay.
So this is actually our first debut album.
Okay.
The EP only had it had 5 songs, 5 singles on it. that
So it
are
doesn't
on this.
count? Is that how
It
that
counts,
works?
but not as a full album.
Right.
I don't think it's only like 5 songs. So.
Is that kind of the way the industry works now? Is where they kind of
singles, man? It's-
Singles.
Yeah, they try you out a
Yeah.
little bit. You go on
Yeah.
CDX or something, put a song out
Yeah.
there. Oh, well, this is okay.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, now we'll invest
Right.
and do a full album.
All my favorite artists are putting out like a song every 2 months, man, or 3 months.
Yeah.
It's a new
It's a
song.
strange world now.
Yeah. Well, I know when the Beatles started recording, they were doing 2 albums a year.
Yeah.
And now it seems like you wait 3-4 years for somebody to come out with another
A
album.
full album, yeah.
But we're in the other swing of it now, to where like Willie Nelson's putting out 2 albums a year.
Yeah.
I guess he's got nothing else to do.
I guess.
Yeah, right.
Right around in that
He
bus,
lives and
man.
breathes music.
Yeah, We just looked at. He's 85 now.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
I
really?
think we just looked that up. I think he's 85. Still playing, man.
Still playing.
Just did that. He just released a record, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 this year, I believe. Or he's got one coming out. It's a cover album.
That's awesome.
I forget who he's covering. Frank Sinatra, I think.
What?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that. I might have to edit the real name in there.
Okay.
But yeah,
Awesome.
God's Problem
Awesome.
Child, I think, come out in April and just blew me away. Had Loretta Lynn on there, who has a new album out.
Yep.
I
I
mean,
saw that. I did.
these older ones that have been doing it forever,
Yeah.
they pump them out.
Yeah, man.
And they're not filler, they're good.
No.
They are good.
Yeah.
I'm glad
yeah.
too.
Yeah, man.
Glad we're talking about you guys.
No, man, we've been writing. When we're on the road, we're always writing songs, man. We already have a pretty good bit ready for the new record and or singles or whatever it may be.
Mhm.
The new EP, I don't know, whatever it will be. We're always writing. So I bet they're the same. I bet they write a lot. I bet they have probably like 100 songs. They have to, when they're on the road in their buses, I'm sure they're writing.
Yeah, well, they're just hanging out with their band.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are they going to do? Well, we know what Willie does, but...
Yeah.
That's why his lips so long.
Yeah.
So, some of the songs on Moon in a Mason Jar we wrote. There's one called 195, and we actually wrote it. We started writing it when we were like 13, like right when
One
we
of the first things we ever wrote.
first things we ever wrote back when the
Completely
talent
different
show
from
and
what
all
it was
that.
now.
Yeah, it was
What it
called
is now.
Dreamcatcher back then, and for the new record we redid it. We kind of took the old song that we loved and still do, and redid some words and rearranged it, and it was our last single, and it's people have been loving it, man. It's about being on the road, and we just did a music video for it, and I'm an actor in that. We were talking about Bo acting with John Travolta.
Yeah.
Well, come check out the music video. That's me. That's my debut acting scene.
Way better, I take it?
Way better. Way better. No. I'm kidding.
Any choreography to go along with it?
It is actual acting. I am actually acting in it. It's not just me
playing
singing
guitar,
or playing.
right.
I'm actually an actor. Like, well, you'll see. Go check it. Hey, you guys go check it out, man.
There's
YouTube.
another plug.
195.
You're right
YouTube.
full of them. Like
Yes.
this is a radio interview or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
like we're doing something.
Like, just
With the
go check
radio
out our
or
music.
something.
195 is it's a good song. It's my favorite song off the record. So
Yeah, he's got his laptop. If something ever happened to that, our career would be over.
Yeah.
It's got, like,
just so much history.
Since the first time
and-
we met, it's got everything from that day.
It's probably still got Windows 95 on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It might. If that laptop, I got it all, on a hard drive now. Thank
Good.
God. So
There's no telling how much material's in there.
first thing we ever had was called a BR900. I don't know if you. It's a Boss. The company Boss
Okay,
made
yeah.
it. It was like a little 8-track recorder, and that's what we started on.
stack
My dad
tracks
got it for us, and that's really what got us started, and it's really what got us here today.
Yeah.
In front of
Really
you,
is.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different writing a song just sitting with an acoustic guitar trying to write it down, but when you can actually track it and then go back and listen.
Yes.
Oh, we had so much
I've
fun
always-
with that thing.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of Zoom. I always had a Zoom recorder
Yep.
and mess around with that, and it's nice because you forget about a song a couple days later, even forget the rhythm of it or how, and then you go
Yeah.
back and listen.
My mom used to have this old karaoke machine,
Mm-hmm.
and it had like 2 tape deck places. So I would put one in, record me doing something, and I'd take it out and put it in this side and put another one in and play it and do something else and record both of them on it, and I'd just keep switching them out over and over until I had this full thing, and I was like, I like this.
That's awesome.
You're blowing
was
some
fun.
young kids' minds
Yeah, they don't
because
know.
they have no
They
idea.
don't know about the
No.
struggles.
The struggles. The
Throwing that
tape,
pencil
man.
in there to
Dude,
rewind the track a
they
little
don't know
bit.
anything.
Yeah.
I just use my pinky. It took forever though. Gosh,
It was so
it
fun.
took
though.
so long to rewind.
Your pinky looked like an Allen wrench when you were
Yeah,
done.
it
Yeah.
did. Yeah, but I rewind.
Kids these days, they don't know the struggles. They think you
know.
just pick up your phone and sing into it, and that's
Yeah.
it.
I
Yeah.
think you just say, Alexa, play. Yeah, it don't work
awesome.
that way.
Play a backing track, Alexa.
Alexa, play the band Steele.
Wait, what'd you say?
That's a new plug I just came out with.
Hey, Alexa.
Alexa, play "Sit a While" by the band Steele. Maybe I'm setting off some Alexas right now.
Probably not. You got a southern accent,
Ah,
Yeah, they don't
so
understand.
they won't recognize it.
you're right. You're right.
Speaking of, why do you think it is that this southern music that you guys play hits a chord up here, way up north, where there's no southern accents up here? It's what do you think makes that? I don't know.
I think we're
I'm doing great with this.
Every country, I think country's countrywide, man. It really is. Like, there's songs about that, and it's a real thing, man.
I think
like,
it's taboo to
see
people.
when
Yeah.
when
out of the woods.
growing up in Alabama, I always thought, when I thought of New York, I thought of the city.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't know
everyone
there was
does.
all this beautiful country land up here,
Right.
And all these country, like I'm seeing jacked up trucks everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, man, this is country.
It's everywhere.
Like, there's
And this
people
is
wearing,
town. Go take a back road.
Yeah,
Right.
this,
Yeah.
But like
wow.
you were describing
It's
here,
West
and you're
Virginia,
like, you got
just
this
over there.
and This
Yeah,
city,
exact- yeah.
and you are in the middle. So this is, so that's exactly where we live.
Yeah.
Right.
We have 2 red lights in this tiny little town. 30 minutes this way is a Walmart, and 30 minutes that way is a Walmart. That's our cities.
Yeah.
that's our big stuff.
It's
Yeah, we just got a Walmart, maybe 10 years ago, so we're doing
Yeah.
well here.
Ours turned
Nice.
into a super center.
Yeah.
Not too
So
long
it's really
ago.
the same, man. The only difference really is the weather and the accents, I guess. But
Yeah.
like the actual land and stuff is very similar.
I think the people are what's
Yeah.
the same.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys might talk a little bit slower.
Yeah.
And you might have way better
Think
weather.
a little slower, man.
Yeah.
No, that's us.
But country's
But,
coming
yeah.
out of it's coming out of not just the South. I mean, over in California, there's a lot of country coming out of there. A lot of people. There's Dan Tominski, he plays bluegrass. You know Dan? He's
Yeah, I had a request for him the other day.
Dude, I love Dan.
Yeah.
And he's from around here. I think maybe Virginia, but how far is Virginia from here? Or West
About
Virginia?
West Virginia, maybe 8 hours.
Okay, so it's not that too close.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not close
Yeah.
at all.
Anyway, I'm loving it up here, man. It's just cold.
Yeah.
If I can get past the cold.
Come up here in the summer. I think
Yeah, I'm sure it's
you'll
not.
still think it's cold, but
I think anything under 70 is cold. So.
yeah. I have a band, friends in a band, The Dead South, and they're from Saskatchewan.
I've heard of the.
And The Dead South, yeah.
Have you heard of the Dead
What's
South?
that look
That
for?
sounds very familiar.
I was listening to him the other night at my
Yeah,
buddy's house.
bluegrass.
Yeah.
No way. Nice.
And Hello Be in Good
Yeah.
Company. Yeah.
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 Nice.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and showing him a band I like that I was listening to, Americana guy. He's like, you need to check these guys out. And
Oh,
we sat
yeah.
and listened to all of them.
I'm
That's
a
where I
huge
heard
fan.
it. You told me about
Mhm.
it. Yeah, the Dead South.
Well, my wife and I are going to see them in Massachusetts. We saw them last year in
That's
Pennsylvania. And they're from the prairies in Canada, but coming up with the same music that they are in West Virginia and
Right.
Tennessee.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just a lifestyle. It's not a location.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
a good way to put it right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I think distance from cities.
Yep. Distance.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
the
we're
biggest-
a little far out from the city.
Yeah.
It's just
Country
the
now.
type, the
Yeah.
type of person.
Yeah.
They want to be in the
How many-
quiet.
Right.
How many red lights do you have? That'll determine your music.
Right. That's a good way of putting it.
It's true.
So what's next for you guys?
Well, let's see.
Whatever we can get.
We're going to we got a big radio tour coming up. We've been pushing this single for a little while now. Well, just kind of started this radio tour, but it feels like we haven't because we've been on the road for like 2 weeks straight or 3 now, and we're going to go out to Vegas and California in December, going back down to Nashville in November, and we're always doing shows, man. Shows are always popping up on our if you follow us on our Facebook, just the band Steele on Facebook.
Also on Twitter.
Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everywhere, man. Just the band Steele. It's STEELE .com. That's our main website, thebandsteele.com. And we're always posting up events, and we're always busy, man.
I really
We don't-
enjoy your videos too.
Thank you, man.
They are well put together, and they fit the song well, and of course the acting.
Yeah, hey, yeah, man. It's a lot of fun. Tan Lines, we shot
That
it
was
in
super fun. That
in
was our
Georgia.
first one.
It was our first music video, and it's funny. There was a scene where they run into the girls and the guys that they're like
Jump out of the Jeep and run
They
down
jump out of
to
the Jeep, they run
pond.
down to the pond and to go swimming, and ended up that pond. There's a behind the scenes video too you need to check out.
Oh, really?
That pond was in a cow pasture, and it ended up.
There's only one type of pond in a cow pasture.
Yeah.
It was not a good.
The bathroom pond.
It was not a good pond to jump in.
They were troopers there. They like pulled off the scene, and then afterwards they come out like, ah!
So check that out on the behind the scenes. It's on YouTube as well.
You'll see it with Mike Rowe on Dirty Jobs.
Yeah, man. Just staying busy doing this, pushing Sit a While, our new single, and we'll be busy doing it.
Thanks a lot, guys, for coming in here
Hey,
today.
thank
I mean,
you, man.
You
Thank
didn't
you.
have to do this, you know.
Dude. We
You didn't
did.
have to
We
have
did. You didn't have to have us.
Want to play us a song?
Absolutely.
All right.
Hey guys, what's up? We're the band Steele. This one's called Sit a While.
I take this walk once a week, cool my beer in a running creek, take the boots off my feet and just sit a while. My back against an old oak tree, I close my eyes, pretend it speaks, tell it all my troubles and my dreams. If this tree could talk, say hush up boy, just be quiet, everything's gonna be alright. Now son, dry up those tears, free your mind from all those fears, and just sit a while. I'll wipe away my last tear, finish up my last bear, put on my boots and leave with a smile. From these woods in the south, I head to an old brick house, walk up on that porch and just sit a while. If this house could talk, it'd say hush up boy, don't be scared, 'cause I'm everywhere. Now son, dry up those tears, free your mind from all those fears, just sit a while. Now houses they crumble and trees they fall down, but the empty spot in my heart still remains. That creek may stop running, I may leave this town, but the words in that stone will never change. So I take a drive when I'm weak, late at night when I can't sleep, and turn your favorite station up real loud. Leave my headlights on your name, then I kneel beside your grave and start to pray. Man, it's been a while. If he could talk, he'd say hush up boy, don't be scared, 'cause I'm everywhere. And now son, dry up those tears and close your eyes, 'cause I'm right here, let's sit a while. Yeah, let's sit a while.
Thanks for listening to Tony and Other People, a podcast. Questions, comments, concerns for Tony's overall well-being? Want to be part of the show? Find us on Facebook or email us at tonyandotherpeople@gmail.com.